go-to exercise for the core. And I'll try to take you through what I do and how I explain it to patients. And so, luckily, it's a super simple exercise, but it is actually quite difficult of an exercise. So what I'll do is I tell the patient to bring their knees up, get around 90 degrees angle at the hip, and they don't need the legs up. They can let the feet dangle, but the 90 degrees here is important. Now the next thing is they're going to take their hands and they're just going to push against their knees, and that's the exercise. Now the key on this is you got to go around 30 seconds to get this to work right. So you press and press and press for 30 seconds. Don't give up. Keep it going. Keep it going. And then once you hit 30 seconds, I'll tell a person to rest. Now, typically, the reason why you have to go for the 30 seconds is the muscles that move the body fatigue out. And then the muscles that stabilize the body, basically they're more aware and take over, and they provide a more stable platform. So on the second one, I usually tell people, all right, now pay attention to your pelvic floor. And so when they go to do it the second time, when they press, they'll feel something happen in the pelvic floor. And I'll be like, all right, that's good. Keep on pushing. So they go for the full 30 seconds. And then I'll tell them to pay attention to the pelvic floor again. And then when they let off, they feel something different. So what I tried to explain to the patient is that sensation you get, being that I can't visualize it, is the best of my knowledge is the pelvic floor, the sensation you're getting is the pelvic floor contracting. When you let off, it's the pelvic floor relaxing. So that's a reflex. That's a reflex to stress within the body. So now I'll have them go once again, and then now when they're pressing, they can now recognize, okay, that sensation I'm getting is actually the muscles contracting. And then when they let off, that's the pelvic floor relaxing. So it's a good training mechanism of taking away all the confusion. The sensation they get when you're pressing is on, when you let off, it's off. And that's the way I go with it. Now, I tell people to do three rounds for 30 seconds, and then 3 to 5 times a day. When they're pressing, if they have increased back pain, what they need to do is bring their knees up closer to them. So let's say this is giving them back pain, then what they need to do is bring their knees closer and then try it again. Now, if they go and do this and they still can't tolerate it, or there are patients where they can't support themselves that well, is to place the legs on a couch and then do it. That works pretty good too. So give it a whirl. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best exercises I've come across, and simple. There's no question of whether or not the patient's getting the contraction. They feel it. And that's one of the few exercises I found that people can confirm they actually feel the core.